Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we're playing another Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This one is another replay winner from the replay competition of the recent Down Under Cup. And yeah, it's a wonderful one. This is actually Rightest playing, and he's got a no Invocation of Nehek vampire counts build. What? Yeah, crazy. Obviously, if you guys want to win a battle with vampire counts, bring Invocation of Nehek, because it's one of the best spells in the game, and you have no excuse to, because all of your lords have access to it. So there's no reason not to bring it, which is why this is obviously a contender for the replay competition. You know, it's why it's one of the winners. It's just such a bold thing to go without. So here you can see he's got Manfred von Karstein, who has huge potential for generating winds of magic. I mean, he's got here, you can see Master of the Black Arts, gives him increased power reserves and power recharge rate. But he's also got, where is it? There we go, Sword of Unholy Power. As long as he's in melee, he gets those effects anyway. He gets the extra recharge rate and more power reserves. So it's not just recharge rate, so, you know, he'll get his magic quicker, but he'll still hit that cap. No, he's upping that cap, which is crazy. So, yeah, pretty insane is Manfred. So to not have such a powerful spell is kind of insane, but, you know, he does have Spirit Leech for whittling down his opponents. He does have Van Hal's Dance Macabre for buffing his own front line. He does have Raise Dead for bogging down the enemy. Also here he's got some Black Knights, He's got Skeleton Spearmen dotted about here, some Grave Guard as well. The Sternsmen, just beautiful unit, the Sternsmen. They regenerate and great combat stats. Just very good. They're usually the last thing left alive in any matchup, to be honest. Anytime you see the Sternsmen, they're usually the last thing left alive. Konigstein Stalkers, that poison, very nice. And some more Skeleton Warriors and Skeleton Spearmen. But there's two Vargulfs and a Corpse Cart. The Corpse Cart is going to be where he's getting all the healing from. So the Corpse Cart is vital to get rid of. Okay, that is his only healing on the board. And it is going to do some other buffs and debuffs to, you know, nearby units and enemy units. So it's just a good, cheap thing, the Corpse Cart. Very underrated these days, I think, when they are super cost effective. They're very cheap, quite flimsy, but you can bring like 3 of them for the cost of a Mortis engine. So you can cover a lot more of your army with a load of buffs and debuffs and, you know, all the rest of it, and healing. It's great. But the two Vargulfs, great armor piercing, and they can punch through infantry very well to get on the targets they want. They are very good at just pushing through anything. And, and die pack. Gotta love the die pack. Good anti-large. Not armor piercing, but the anti-large certainly helps, and they are nice and quick. So, he's against the Tomb Kings, and, yeah, a lot of Ushabtu great bows. Very good for sniping out sort of valuable targets. He also has Cetra the Imperishable, who is very much focused on anti-infantry here, on the Chariot of the Gods. So very scary. That, you know, the magic and fire damage, very nice against a lot of things in the Vampire Counts roster. So that's pretty cool. I'm not sure how much he'll be able to really make use of that in this battle, but still, very nice to have. A load of Tomb Guard, and the Tomb Guard will hold out for so long. They are very stocky. They are very hard to kill. Not a huge amount of armor, but still very stocky, very defensive units. Also the Skeleton Spearman, and there is a Tomb Scorpion, so very good anti-infantry once again. So you can tell here that the Ushabti are the kind of anti-large, you know, specialists here. Obviously there's a lot of defensive units that are all anti-large, but the Vampire Counts are very good at just avoiding fights they don't want to be in. You know, they're not going to run in to all of the Tomb Guard with their large units if they can possibly help it, and it will be quite easy to avoid doing so. So very much the anti-large sort of attacking forces here will be the Ushabti. Everything else is just playing defense, and well, the Tomb Scorpion will help break any sort of very good infantry that might threaten the Tomb Guard. So, speeding things up. So some Archer Fire coming in, doing a lot of initial damage to the Black Knights. The Black Knights, they're not very punchy, they don't do a lot of damage, you know, they're not the best unit in the world, but they are quite quick. They're good for bogging things down. You get a lot of utility out of them, because they're not the most expensive thing in the world. But I've got to say, this sort of army, it's very unexpected not to see Blood Knights, because if Blood Knights get a good charge on a unit of Ushabti, the Ushabti are basically wiped out immediately. Blood Knights are very good in this matchup. But, of course, you kind of expect a lot of Ushabti, you know, so sure, the Blood Knights, if they can get on top of them, they're going to hurt. But I imagine he thought, well, I've got all these Tomb Guard that can surround my Ushabti, so good luck, you know, getting on top of them with your Blood Knights. But of course there aren't any. There aren't any Blood Knights. No, he's gone with the Vargulfs that do have the armor piercing, that can really punish Ushabti, but they can also just force their way through any line, which certainly helps. So here, you can see Spirit Leeches already being dropped on Cetra the Imperishable, which is definitely a good call. It's not like Cetra can heal himself up particularly easily, you know. Obviously there's, you know, Realm of Souls that can heal things, and obviously, I say obviously, he's got the thingy. What's it? I can't remember what it's called. Hang on, let's have a look. Nope, that's the curse. Where is it? Restless Dead, that's the one. Every time he casts a spell, everyone will get a bit of healing. But it's not much. It's not a huge amount. You know, that's the thing. It's not a huge amount of healing. So, yeah, he can't just use an Invocation of Heck on himself, but I guess neither can his opponent today. So that's kind of novel. So the Sternsmen are being the priority target right now. He wants to get rid of them because he knows that with that regeneration, all of these Tomb Guard are in trouble from the Sternsmen. The Sternsmen want to kill one unit after another, you know, and heal through any damage they might take. But here you can see the Tomb Scorpion did push forward and the Vargolfs chased him off. Manfred is under a bit of fire right now. He does have the hunger, so he will be able to heal up in combat, which is pretty cool. The back line is getting a bit bogged down. And it looks like here the Black Knights are starting to charge into the rear to get on top of these Ushabti. But these Ushabti, they probably could have wiped out this corpse cart so fast. They could have wiped them out so quickly. Just so quickly. So do that. Always do that, guys. Don't let them get value out of the healing of the corpse cart. Because even if someone does have Invocation of the Heck, you know, they're not going to need to use it if everything is pretty well healed up anyway. So if you take out a corpse cart, you're always going to deny it that value. And it's going to mean more winter magic for the spellcaster that would otherwise need to heal stuff. You know, they can use that magic on other things if a corpse cart is allowed to remain alive. So you can see the Vargolfs and the Die Pack, everything's getting in here, doing some terrible hurt to these Ushabti. Ushabti not having a good time. And, well, they can't really shoot at anything right now. These guys seem to be also struggling, but the Black Knights did charge in, and they're really hurt. They're crumbling. They're going to need to get out of there. And without Invocation of the Heck, you know, you might not be able to get them back. Also, Die Pack, they're crumbling too, and that's a real pity. So that's sad. But over here you can see the Skeleton Spearmen are really bogged down. These Black Knights could afford to move around and get to the back line and get some charges into the Ushabti, or even just recharge the infantry and just pull out quickly, just to help tip things. But you can see Manfred has dived down to try and help deal some damage to the Chosen of the Gods. You know, one Vargolf after another running in, but it looks like he's trying to bully the Tomb Scorpion, or at least keep the Tomb Scorpion away from things like the Sternsmen. Van Hel's Dance Macabre has been overcast over here, so suddenly huge melee attack buffs. I mean, look at that, 40 melee attack on Spearmen. Yeah, Spearmen suck, so 40 melee attack on them is pretty substantial. So, yeah, Van Hel's Dance Macabre. Rarely see that, but it's great if you've got a big, you know, huge line of infantry with a load of monsters in it. Suddenly you can get a lot of damage potential. So here, another Spirit Leech and Cetra is being hunted down quite badly, but that Tomb Scorpion is in the way, so it does make it a bit more difficult to get on top of Cetra. So Cetra doing okay here, but he's getting pretty heavily bullied by the Vargolfs. Corpse Cart now moving over here to try and help support this huge blob. And the back line is still being a bit pestered. You know, you can see Skeleton Warriors being summoned here to try and keep all these Ushabti busy. So you can see another unit here, the Chosen of the Gods, having to pull out so they can get into a position to start firing again. And those Black Knights did rally, so they didn't crumble forever. And same with the Die Packs. They're able to jump in onto those Ushabti again. And so these Ushabti can't shoot at what they want. Again. Corpse Cart being a little bit bullied by the Tomb Scorpion, but the Tomb Scorpion is more of a, you know, anti-infantry, anti-armor specialist against, you know, a Corpse Cart that is a large target with very little armor. It's not the most cost-effective thing to attack. Here you can see Spirit Leech on Cetra again, really getting bullied. You can see the Vargolfs are hunting him down now. And, yeah, all these halberds, they're not really doing much besides holding back this huge tide of skeletons and zombies and graveguard. But other than that, they're not really doing much. They're not able to get on targets that are valuable. It's not like cavalry are trying to charge in. You've got that nice anti-large, you know, to deal with the cavalry. No, it's just Vargolfs that they can't really pin down. And so that is beautiful to see the Vargolfs in, you know, just such a perfect position. But all these Ushabti, I mean, these ones are starting to crumble now, sure, but the others haven't been shut down yet. Not for good. But now some Graveguard are moving into the back to try and get on top of them. Over here, you can see Skeleton Spearmen sneaking up on these Black Knights, already crumbling, but still, Black Knights don't want to be, you know, prodded in the back like that. Manfred is super injured, and I believe Cetra got killed. I think Cetra died while I was looking away. Oh no. So here, another summon. So more zombies, keeping the Ushabti pinned down, still crumbling. And Chosen to Gods trying to get out of there again. But now the Vargolfs are charging in, getting on top of these Ushabti. So that's very bad for them. They're crumbling now. And they haven't really been able to put the work in. Not a lot of kills on these guys. And all the large scary targets that I'm pretty sure was, you know, their intention, kill the big scary targets. Big scary targets are still fine. You know, they're still fine. Here you can see some Ushabti did get summoned in here to boggle this stuff down. And a lot of the infantry is struggling. The Sternsmen have finally had enough. And there's plenty of Tomb Guard left. But, yeah, all the big damage dealers are getting dealt with. Manfred is actually diving down into here. The hunger will heal him up. So that's something, but still he is fighting something that can actually hit pretty hard. So, although he did get the jump on them, that's still a bit precarious. He does have the Vargulf helping out, of course, but now the Tomb Guard are pushing in, and yeah, things are looking a bit crazy here. You can see the Tomb Scorpion still trying to do what he can. 64 kills for him, not too bad, but a lot of it is skeleton spearmen and things. You know, you can't guarantee that it was all great units that he was killing. And Chosen of the Gods still crumbling, but my word, they take a long time to crumble. They really do. So Vargulf definitely helping, trying to whittle him down, as is Manfred. And he does have a little bit more health than when we last checked in on him. He got an extra 120 health, maybe. So that's pretty cool. And this Vargulf now trying to hunt down the Tomb Scorpion. The Tomb Scorpion can't really fight back against this kind of stuff, and somehow this Corpse Cart just hasn't really cared. He's been able to shrug off any damage he's taken, he's been able to heal through it all. So a lot of things crumbling on both sides now, because obviously the battle's been going on for quite a while, but the balance of power is way in the favour of the vampire counts, and, you know, with the Corpse Cart still healing things up, and, you know, the Tomb Guard with halberds not really being anti-infantry specialists, it's just a matter of time before they get whittled down, especially now where all the most expensive units are being killed. That Tomb Scorpion has almost had it, but sadly, so is Manfred. Run, Manfred, run! So here, Spirit Leech to try and finish him off, and it did disintegrate him, but 200 health. Ooh, he just got away, and everything disintegrates due to army losses. So Manfred just got away. Just got away. Whew. That was a close one. But no, this was textbook. This is absolutely fantastic. So Pyrrhic Victory without Invocation to Heck, which is amazing. You know, I think it's such a bold move not to bring that spell, because it just has so much utility. You know, if you're in one position where you think, ooh, that unit shouldn't have been there. Oh god, I better get them out of there. Just heal them up, and they're fine again. You know, you've got a full health unit straight away, and you can just send it back in. It's just too vital. It's one of those things. It just lets you just undo any mistakes you've made, or any advantage your opponent has managed to gain from you. You can just undo it. You know, it's just such a great spell. So to go into this battle without it is bold. It is bold, but I love how he completely brought the unexpected. He didn't go with the Blood Knights, you know, for taking out the big targets. No, he just went with the armor piercing of the Vargulfs, knowing that nothing could pin them down. And I think that was absolutely textbook, and I think that was beautifully played. That is a really nice way to go, because it was all Ushabti. If there was, you know, if it was all skeleton spearmen, not spearmen, skeleton archers in the back line, then yeah, they could have put in some serious hurt into those Vargulfs. But he managed to completely sidestep what his opponent seemed to be expecting, and really capitalised on it. So it's absolutely wonderful to see. Absolutely love that. So well played, Rightest. And yeah, congratulations on the replay win, as well as the win, but also the replay competition win, which is what this is. So congrats. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.